Now we come to the 5G core network architecture. And the 5G core network is basically divided into many functions. This is our 5G core network and the various functions that are there in the 5G core network. The first function that we are going to discuss is the AMF, or the access and mobility management function. For those of you who are familiar with the LTE, AMF is very similar to the MME in the LTE. And for those of you who are familiar with the GSM, AMF is very similar to the VLR. Now, when you power on your mobile, the first thing that a mobile or user equipment does is that it registers itself with the network. And the network function that is responsible for the registration of the mobile, that is AMF. And whether a mobile user equipment is in a call or it is not in a call, it is in the idle mode. In both cases, the network function with which the user equipment directly communicates via GNB, it is the AMF, or the access and mobility management function. So when a user equipment wants to register with the AMF, then before that this user equipment needs to be authenticated in order to check whether this is a valid user that is allowed to use this network or not. And this authentication process is initiated by the AMF. And then another important function of AMF is the mobility management. Now, the user equipment can be in one of the two states. Either it is idle, that means that this user equipment has registered itself to the network, but it is not in the call. In that case, the location of this user equipment is known to the network at the tracking area level. Now, what is tracking area? The cells in the 5G network are divided into the tracking areas. A group of cells have one tracking area number, a group of cells has another tracking area number, a group of cells has another tracking area number. So when a mobile or user equipment is in idle mode and it moves from the cells having one tracking area to a cell which has a different tracking area, in that case its tracking area number of this user equipment needs to be updated in the core network, and this procedure is done by this updation procedure is handled in the core network by the AMF. Similarly, when a user equipment is in the call, in that case its location is known to the network up till the cell level. So when a mobile moves from one cell to another cell, in that case its cell location needs to be updated, and this procedure is also handled by the AMF from the 5G core network side.